How's everybody doing? Welcome to Swords for the Men. I'm your host, Sean Joyce, and today we're talking hockey with the Buffalo Sabres, of course. To my left is my co-host,
Josh.
Josh, my man. First time on the show? There you go, ready to talk some hockey?
First time today on the show, man.
Hell yeah. All right, ready for some hockey. And, of course, the biggest topic of the week is the first cuts were made. The Sabres sent some players down to Rochester, and we're getting ready for the season. The season's only 9 days away. We're excited. It's time to rock. I got the list here. Sent down Kevin Porter. Welcome back. I think Kevin Porter is a really good first, second line center. Definitely good fourth line. If somebody gets hurt, you know, it'll be good to bring Kevin Porter if we need him, just like Derek Grant last year.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a big Kevin Porter fan. I'm glad we brought him back. Stevie Moses, Eric Cornell, Václav Karabek, Casey Nelson, of course. But Casey needs more time down there to grow, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And considering we have 7 defensemen fighting for 6 spots, anyway.
He just gets too much sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
We also sent Brandon Gully back to Rochester in Hudson Fasching. They both went back down to Rochester. They both probably need time to mature, but they'll fit on the Sabres sometime in mid-season. But, you know, they're both good goal scorers, and they'll probably score good for Rochester.
I was going to say, are you kind of bummed about Hudson at all? I thought Hudson might correct the fourth line.
I don't mind Hudson. I think he's a good physical player. He could probably score a lot, but honestly, he's a little bit young, so he probably needs time to mature a little bit, you know.
It's that argument, like, would you rather him on the fourth line playing 8 minutes a game, or would you rather him on the first line of Rochester?
Yeah, or be on a real good line in Rochester, and they'll score a lot of points.
The first line of Rochester, can't wait to talk about that.
That'd be off the wall.
We sent down Brayson Martin and Devontae Stevens as well. Goalie-wise, Adam Wilcox, my brother was telling me about him. He was a German and AHL goalie, and he'll be that solid backup to give
Linus Allmark.
Give Allmark that, you know, the 56 games he wants. That'll be good.
And I don't mind him. Allmark might actually be a future starter for the Sabres as the years he keeps maturing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind him, honestly. I think he's a good big guy. He could go back and forth, go through the night, you know.
Played good in the finale in Philly last year. I said, you know what? Linus could get worse.
Yeah, I think he definitely played strong.
It's been like that Marty Baron build.
Yeah.
Did you know Marty played like 4 games in 95-96? As double zero. He's the last double zero in NHL history.
Wow.
Double zero on the back. He didn't play against for 4 years because Dom had all the rotating backups coming through. And then fucking 4 years later?
Yeah, you can't argue with who the guy played in front of him was, man.
When it was his time, he stepped up.
There's no doubt about that guy. Dom McCaster's a legend.
Damn right. Jonas Johansson, Jason Kazdorov, also our prospects. EHL or wherever they will go. I don't think they're in college. They're both European.
Mm-hmm.
But we still have some young, Johansson we've been looking at for years as a young prospect. So I'm good with goalie. I'm not there. I just hope they raise up a little more. Cliff Poo we sent back to London.
Man, I really like that guy though.
I've heard about him.
I'm gonna tell you, there's not too many Asian hockey players, and especially in the NHL. But I'd say for the heritage that he is, he sure shows that anybody can play in the NHL, no matter what country you're from, no matter where you're from. As long as you have the skill, you can make it.
We're down to 41 left on the roster. So those last cuts will be pretty notorious here, especially defense. Looking at defense right now, it's like...
Man, here's the thing with defense. We're always missing that big physical scoring defenseman. I like it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Ramses Ristolainen, but I think sometimes he's just a little bit off. You know, he doesn't have like that big defensive physical side to him.
It's not that physical.
Yeah.
He gets mad though.
He's more offensive in my opinion than defensive, honestly. But he's good at the blue line, dude. He can score from the blue line no matter what.
That's fine. That's why we brought Victor in. Who doesn't like an angry Russian?
Physical. Oh man, that's a strong angry Russian, man. That guy probably gets drunk every night.
Oh, looking at this, it looks like Falk will go down, Fadun will go down, Tennyson will go down. And then it's just the same thing we talked about last show. Who's going to be the odd man out? We got 7 defensemen, 6 spots. It's crazy to me. Scandella, Ristom, Cade, Georges, Bogo, Beaulieu, and Antipin. Somebody's got to sit. You know, I think that's good because let's say Bogo's doing bad like he has. Hopefully he won't. You can take a seat, work your way back in, and hopefully get forward. We'll see what happens, especially.
I mean, he's the veteran out of that group, so for sure, I don't mind him on being on the team. You know, he's a good guy to fill the spot. You know, he's not top, but he's not bottom. You know, he's just a gap filler. But it's all right because we can focus. That just brings us to focus on other parts around the team.
Shoot, I've been excited about the defense and now you got 7 guys for 6 spots. Okay, we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna find it out. I think that's Housley's approach anyway. Oh, so excited!
Man,
9 days away.
You mentioned that, and it just makes me want to.
Wants his defenseman to step up and score, which we were severely lacking the last 2 seasons. This past week's results, we lost to Carolina in overtime, lost to Pittsburgh in the Pegula Sports Arena, the second annual, which we will get to. Did I say lost? Excuse me. We won. Chad Eichel in overtime, 4-3.
Not only that, but on a breakaway.
Yeah, the goal was playing all over social media. It looked good.
Can't look anything better than that. So take that, Connor McDavid.
Oh, didn't Pavlo score 2 in that game?
Yep.
I'm pretty sure.
Yep. Matter of fact, they're probably going to be the 1-2 punch this year.
Dude, if we can get Pavlo, I don't need Jason to be 70-point Jason. If he could put up 45, 50.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we need.
I wouldn't mind, honestly, because, you know, people around Buffalo especially, you know, they're excited to say, Population Palmerville again, Population Palmerville. And the banner's going to be hanging back up in the stadium, dude. And the atmosphere is going to be nuts. And when he scores, you know that Rick Generat's going to freaking...
Population?
Oh, yeah. Population has got him.
I can't wait.
Oh, I just got goosebumps thinking about that.
We loaded up the team this past weekend, Friday and Saturday, for Toronto. And we lost both games 3-0 on Friday and 3-1 on Saturday. I caught the game on Saturday 3-1. I don't know. I hope that's not a precursor. I don't take anything into effect on preseason.
That's exactly my thought too, right? I don't know. I don't always, you know, in my opinion, the whole thing about preseason is send your young guys out there. And, you know, obviously we know who our starting guys are on our first line and our second line. But preseason to me pretty much sums up, like,
figure out your bottom
all the young guys, yeah. You got to figure out where to put them. You got to figure out your bottom 6, and then you got to figure out if you're going to send this guy back down, bring this guy back up because he showed up a lot in games, you know. So that's my view of preseason, you know. It's not always win, lose. I don't even think that's the main category in preseason to me. You know?
Preseason is get your young players to get them on the
ice. Wins and losses. Now, it would be nice to win because you want to see your team producing goals early on. But, you know what it means at the end of the month? Nothing. Because everyone's back to...
As long as no one gets injured, Jack, pray to God, not again. But
I hope he stays healthy this season, man.
Everyone does. But we have Pittsburgh on Wednesday. We got the Islanders on Friday, and then next Thursday it's opening night against Montreal.
Oh, yeah. I'm ready for it, baby.
Can't wait. All right, we're going to take a break here at Swords for the Men. Come at you later. And we're back here on the show. We're coming into the third topic today. Told you we were going to talk about the Pittsburgh game from the other week, last week. It was the second annual Pegula Bowl at the Pegula Ice Arena. Terry Pegula, for those of you who don't know, has created his own ice arena at Penn State. Donate all the money into it. He wanted it to be a super amazing complex, and it is. It's the first time I looked at videos and pictures of it, and you know what? A lot of players said they had a good time playing the game.
Matter of fact, you know how much money they spent on that arena? $100 102 million.
It's only 6,000 seats, man.
102 million on an ice hockey arena. If that doesn't show that an ownership can focus so much on hockey and show their passion for the love of the sport, then I don't know what else does, honestly.
Terry did that a year before he even had an opportunity to purchase the Sabres. So that just shows you how much he loves hockey. Big Penn State guy. I don't know if Terry went to Penn State or not.
Honestly, I'm not
He's a
sure.
Penn State fan.
I know he is born in Pennsylvania, though.
Yep. His oil mines in PA.
Hey, also Franks and all mines, but we're not going to get all into that because we're not into that politic part.
But no, they were starting to call it Hockey Valley to counter Happy Valley at Penn State at the stadium. And it's like, it was a great atmosphere. It was 75% Penguins, but of course, I think that's what it needs to be.
Yep.
You need to have Philly get into that game. You need to have maybe New York come to that game. Pull out a Canadian team even. But if we did an annual Pittsburgh-Buffalo game there every year, I think it'd be great. And it's sold out, and you're getting 6,000 seats. And from all the articles I read and everything I looked at, the big winner is Penn State. Yes, Penn State's getting that exposure. Hell, that game should have been on TV. It should have been on NHL Network. That's a big deal. We're doing all the games. Did the game in China the other week. But,
They're doing, on the Pegulas farm, man, they're doing it big, honestly. They don't play around when it comes to hockey. I know they love their football, too. But they focus on hockey a lot, majority of the time.
That's his love. And that's fine. He's putting in both for the teams, and I can't complain. But do you think it's possible in a 6,000-seat arena? I don't know if the NHL would like it. If we played a regular season game there,
and
the atmosphere would be sweet.
I think the atmosphere would be amazing. Matter of fact, you want to know why? Because everyone from Buffalo would be coming there.
Oh man, if we play a game at there, I'm taking 5.5
I think it might be a disadvantage to the other fans from the other team, and that may also vary depending on how far away they are from that arena specifically. But I think probably NHL players, honestly, not so much the Sabres because they're probably okay with playing a home game somewhere like that because they're used to it because that's their owner's sports arena. But I think another team coming into town would probably think that it's a disadvantage.
Yeah, well, we'll never see that because it's only 6,000 seats. And this is revenue. This is about money. I enjoyed the time that the Sabres played in Rochester in 2004, a regular season game, and I thought they'd do more of that, but unfortunately, I don't think that'll ever happen either. But hey, you never know.
I personally have never been to a Rochester Americans game, but I'm sure that you've probably seen the atmosphere that they probably create. It's probably just like a Sabres game.
I have not gone to Rochester, but during the lockout season when they played a game in the arena, I was there, and that was really cool to see all the
Oh, the Sabres played a game there.
Rochester played a game here.
Rochester
in
played
the arena
here
during the lockout. And I went to one of those games. I got Manuel, it was awesome. I saw Poundville, Vanek, the Core, Gostad, a year before in 06.
That's
as we all know.
You saw greatness in the making.
Miller, we got to pull back guys down. That team should have won the call. But that 04-05 AHL season, that is amazing because players who still had eligibility got pulled back down. And that's probably the best competition you'll ever see in AHL history ever again. Till our next lockout for revenue and money.
Yeah.
Our last topic.
I don't like those things very much.
Oh, well. Hey, money's money, business is business. We're not getting into the business of sports right now. It's all messed up. So we will get into next week is opening night. Sabres open up on Thursday the 5th against Montreal. The Canadians are coming here. Back-to-back opening games against the Canadians. What, are we playing NHL? We can't switch up the schedule?
Honestly, man, I don't know. I feel like we always play the Canadians almost every opening game. I don't know. It's, last year just coincidentally, the only Sabres game I went to was the Canadians game.
I don't want
And you want to know what? We lost 3-2 on a breakaway.
Lost opening day last year, 4-1. Montreal came here. I don't want to play Montreal opening day. It's not good to start off 0-1.
I don't like starting off like that. And you know what I especially don't like is their fans that come across the bridge.
Thank God Montreal doesn't make that trip to round with us. But they come. And you know what? Jonathan Drew, and I think he got hurt today, I read about it. I said, okay, good. Let's hope he misses opening day.
I'll agree with you on that Toronto part, though, man. Honestly, it's so close to Buffalo that they all come here, and I know Montreal's not as far. Toronto's obviously the closest one, and you swear, dude, you see all types of blue. You think it's a home game for the Maple Leafs. You see Leafs everywhere you look.
Glad you brought that up.
Matter of
My
fact,
first game ever was Toronto, and I remember being 8 years old, and I grabbed onto my father's leg, and I was like, Dad, why is there Toronto everywhere? We're at a home game. Well, now I know that I'm older how it works.
now we all know it.
And when you're paying $200 to sit in the worst seat in the house at Air Canada Center, and you're coming down here and paying $100 to sit front row, you'd be like, hell yeah, they're gonna do that.
They do drink beer.
Oh, got a beer at Air Canada Center, and I went to Sabres Leafs 2 years ago at Air Canada Center, $15 a beer.
Ripping us off.
You know what I do want though, right here? I want the picture of Jack Eichel last year against Toronto when he scored the goal.
Oh yeah, he was up against the boards. That was nuts, man.
So that's my goal.
That was
up
nothing
and put it on the
but
wall.
that was nothing but to be continued for next year because we're ready for next season.
And I wish you would have said a little more. Like, you know what? Hey, say what you want about Jack. And there's not many negative things people can say, but he does love this team, will defend this team, and no one likes seeing Toronto take up all our tickets and come here. So you know what? That's fine. And I'll be ready for this year. You know why? It's a Leafs surprise.
I mean, I think he's very mature for his age. People say that he's kind of immature, but I don't think there's too many incidents where he's very immature. You know, I think he's not selfish at all. He passes the puck to whatever teammate is open and gives anyone goal scoring opportunities. The only thing I would like to see is I just want to see him take that charge like the player that he is, because I know that he could go from this side of the ice all the way to that side of the ice and score one-on-one versus a goalie any day.
Yeah, we're praying Jason Pominville has a year or two left.
I hope they got that. I hope they have a good 1-2 punch, man. That 1-2 punch would be crazy.
I love Kane, Reinhardt, Jack Line, but sometimes they get cold. Sometimes they're
Listen,
not.
I love Reinhardt. Kane, I don't mind so much, but I wouldn't mind if he left the team like that also.
We have all year to touch that.
Because actually, I was just reading, as I saw earlier, and the Sabres could potentially be in the market for Duchesne.
We don't need another center, but
I think they're looking for star power.
we need left wings, man. One left wing.
Adding him would be nuts, and especially repairing him with Ryan O'Reilly, both from Colorado.
Delorier, Molson, Evander, Julia. Well, you know, Benoit. If Benoit can recapture some of that old magic in Edmonton, you know, maybe he'll be able to hop up too. But, you know, a lot of question marks. And we got 9 days till we can start answering. That's exciting, baby.
We'll see.
Well, that is it for today for Swords for the Men show. This is their second show. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We love the response. We love to hear what you guys have to say. Leave your comments, leave anything. We're open to suggestions. We're open to filling up this wall a little more.
Oh yeah.
And
anything would be great and appreciated, you know?
Josh, send them up.
Well, Montreal, I'm just going to say this. Here we come. 9 days. We're ready.
Bring on the Canadians. Good night, everybody.